everyone. Welcome back to Champion the Passion, a weekly pro wrestling podcast where we inspire you to champion your passions and celebrate the joy in what you love. I'm your host. My name is Victoria Daisy, and today we're going to be recapping everything that happened last night on Friday Night Smackdown. But before we get started, don't forget to leave a 5-star review if you enjoyed. Follow me at It's Victoria Daisy across all social platforms and follow Champion the Passion across all streaming platforms. But let's dive right into the opening segment with L.A. Knight. Yeah. So LA Knight got on the mic to address his payback situation from last week during the main event of SmackDown. And basically, there was just a bunch of drama. Then he said that this only ends with Seth freaking Rollins. So he called him out. But of course, Seth didn't come out. His wise man did, right? We're going to call him the wise man now, still. Right. So Paul Heyman came out and, LA asked Paul why he's here and responded with saying that Seth had a message for LA. And basically, he told him, and for context, they were in Grand Rapids, Michigan last night. He said, if you don't get out of Grand Rapids by the end of the night, something very, very bad is going to happen. So LA replied and asked if he's threatened by him, and then proceeded to call Paul a bunch of names I won't repeat. And, he said that all Paul does is find the new hottest person, suck the life out of them, and move on. He's done that with Punk, he's done that with Brock, he's done that with Roman, and now he's doing it with Seth. And then LA said that if he can't get Seth Rollins, he wants a match with Paul Heyman right now. And I was like, whoa, buddy. A match with Paul is crazy. Obviously, that didn't happen, but Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed came out to brutally attack LA Knight. And you know what? By the end of it, LA was able to fight off both of the men on his own, scare them off, and it was great. So props to LA for doing that. Then we went into our very first match of the night. We had the Queen of the Ring tournament semifinals. We moved on to round 2. We had Alexa Bliss versus Asuka, and I have to be totally honest, I feel like I was transported back in time to 2018. I mean, my heart was so happy. Those are some of my corest memories growing up, and it was a fantastic match. I mean, hello, it's Bliss and Asuka, and I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. They were so aggressive, so quick. Not 1 second was I bored of that match. But in the end, Asuka won and is now advancing to the finals of the Queen of the Ring tournament. So she either faces Jade Cargill or Roxanne Perez. I believe we find that out Monday. And that's going to be interesting. I have a bit of conflicted feelings because I really wanted Bliss to win, but with a returning Asuka, there's simply no way you have Asuka lose. So unfortunately, it's going to hurt Bliss in the long haul, but whatever, that's the bed they decided to make. Then after, we had a match between Kit Wilson and Aleister Black, but before the match could even start, R-Truth came out to attack Kit Wilson. Not for any particular reason. He literally just wanted to release some anger, and unfortunately, Kit Wilson was his victim. So R-Truth got on the mic to call out John Cena and said that they're running on his terms now. And to be honest, I'm not a fan that they're cutting Aleister Black matches because I kind of thought Aleister and Kit would have devoured low-key. I thought it would have eaten, and the fact that we didn't get that really made me upset. And this is one of those things where he's starting to get lost in the sauce. They're starting to cut his matches. He's not getting as much TV time. And it's just really ridiculous to me that this is the situation that we're kind of in right now. It really sucks. But after that, we had a Cody Rhodes segment. So Cody went out there, but before he could even begin talking, Jey Uso comes out. And I was like, oh, here we go. So Jey said that him and Cody have been in the trenches, which couldn't be any more true. I mean, they've fought families, they fought bloodlines, tribal chiefs. They both finished stories at WrestleMania. And then he said that Monday there's only room for one of them. And he said that this isn't personal, it's just simply business. But before he could even continue to speak further, Sami Zayn came out. And Sami said that there's only one of them who hasn't won a championship, and it's him. He said that he's always been there for them. The second they won their titles, their Royal Rumbles, he was always the first one there to congratulate them and uplift them and be there for them. But he said now it's time for him to finish his story. But of course, his opponent that was already announced for that night, Randy Orton, came out, and Randy said that there is no line he would not cross to get to his 15th world championship. And then Randy said that someday Sami will be a world champion, but not before him. And I love this. Now it's getting me really excited. I'm like, okay, we're really harping on the fact that Randy will do anything to win his 15th championship. Now, unfortunately, I don't think that will happen until after John Cena is out of the picture. So maybe that's something we experience next year. I don't know if maybe Randy wins the Rumble, if he wins it at Mania somehow, or at another PLE. I don't know exactly what the circumstances would be. If he even wants that specific championship, maybe he wants Gunther's, I'm not too sure. But I'm very excited for whenever Randy gets to win his 15th world championship. That's so nostalgic, so exciting. Then after that, we moved right into the semifinals for the King of the Ring tournament. We had Randy Orton versus Sami Zayn. Now, this was such a good match. It was so smooth, so clean, so entertaining. And to be honest, Sami put up a fight, but ultimately Randy dominated and won the thing. And now he advances to the finals, to where he will either face Cody or Jay, which is going to be very exciting. I'm very excited to see. The next segment we had was with Nia Jax. Okay, so she came out to say that Tiffany Stratton betrayed her and broke her trust and broke her heart and stole her title. But Tiffany Stratton did not waste any time, because she got her booty right out there and she was ready to clap back. So Tiffany said that Nia is like a toxic ex she can't get away from. She told her to get over it and accept that she is better than Nia. So Nia responded and said, quote, well, if you're so much better than me, then why am I not getting my long-deserved rematch? So Tiffany said that she actually already got that situated. So next week on Friday Night Smackdown, they will be already in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. We will have a last woman standing match between Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax for the WWE Women's Championship. And right after that got announced, they started beating the crap out of each other. Now, for a while, Tiffany was beaten to the ground, and that really bothered me, because you should never, and I mean never, have your champion fully laid out by the challenger for a long time. And you may be saying, Victoria, well, maybe sometimes they have to face adversity, but no, this is every time with Tiffany. And it makes me question, does WWE even respect Tiffany Stratton as a champion? Do they respect her integrity as a champion? Because I don't think they do. This woman is beat down every single time, whether it's by Nia, Naomi, somebody else. She's always beaten down, and it is not fair to her and her reputation even as a champion. No one's going to ever take her seriously if she can't stand up for herself. And that's why this booking really bothers me. But Naomi, Miss Money in the Bank, came out to have some sort of attempted cash in. I don't know if the plan was to actually cash her in kayfabe, not actually, but in her mind, whatever. It seems that they are trying to do with Naomi what they did with Tiffany, to tease us 1,000 times every week that she's going to cash in, and then one day she's going to cash in on a random SmackDown right before a big PLE. It's going to be this whole thing. Can you tell I'm mad? Whatever. Let's move on to the next match of the night, which was Charlotte Flair versus Chelsea Green. Now, surprisingly, this was actually a really good match. I never thought that those two could put on the match that they did. It was low-key a banger for what it was. They were doing crazy moves, and I thought it was great. Now, in the end, Charlotte Flair did win, and then the Secret Harvest decided to come out and attack Charlotte. But Alexa Bliss came out for the save, and, Bliss whipped out or sorry, excuse me, she wiped out the Secret Hervis, and Charlotte was pissed and denied Bliss's friendship that she was trying to extend a hand in. And I'm just curious to see where this goes. I think this would be a fantastic Evolution match, a fantastic SummerSlam match. It could be either or. And I really do think that they should, continue exploring this. The only thing I don't like is that they're making Bliss look like a little bit like rookie energy by trying to chase Charlotte almost, which I'm not a fan of. It's kind of ruining her reputation and integrity, excuse me, a little bit, and I'm not a fan of that. But I digress. The next segment of the night was Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. Now, Solo came out and he said that there's no time to waste, so he's just going to call out Jacob. And so Jacob came out, and Solo said that he's not out here to fight, but he just loves Jacob. So Solo said that the family fight and the family forgive. Okay, so with that, he wants to just forgive, forget, move forward type of thing. And, then once again, Solo is trying to take credit for Jacob's success. And yes, Solo did open the doors for Jacob in the beginning, but the rest was completely Jacob's doing, He worked hard to get that title opportunity to win the championship. Stuff like that. That was all Jacob. So after, Solo said that he doesn't have anybody, to be honest, and all he has is Jacob. So he just wants to make up with him and move on. And then he said that Jacob doesn't have to say the 4 words, but he'll say it for him. So he said, "I love you, Jacob." Then Jacob said that the way he sees things is that Solo has been using him to gain power and to fight his battles. But then Jacob came to the conclusion that all Solo has ever wanted was gold. Ding, 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 you found a winner. He said ever since he won the US title, that Solo has been acting differently, and he thinks that the problem is the US championship. Then Jacob challenged Solo for a title match at Night of Champions, which ended up getting confirmed later on in the night. And then after, JC Mateo got in the ring to help Solo attack Jacob after just a brawl occurred. And then Jimmy Uso came out to help Jacob, which I thought was awesome. And, they continued to fight till they ended up splitting up, and it was great. It was awesome. Then after, we had a match between LA Knight and Bronson Reed. Now, there were shenanigans from beginning to freaking end. But from what we did get, I thought that it was really good. Now, unfortunately, Braun Breaker did end the match early because he decided to spear LA Knight. And obviously Braun Breaker wasn't in the match, therefore it ended in a disqualification. And unfortunately, there wasn't really anything special to me about this match or things that we haven't seen before. And so for them to put it in the kind of like semi-main event spot really bothered me, because you didn't have to do that, But whatever, let's talk about something that is worth our time, and that is John Cena versus R-Truth, or should I say the John Cena segment, because this was a lot that just happened. So honestly, for the time that this match ran, it kind of ate. I can't even lie. And it was so fun getting to see a rematch from Saturday night's main event. And, in a way, this match felt different because this is a different version of R-Truth, I feel like he was always silly and goofy and nice, and now he is serious and determined and like not taking anyone's crap, and I love that. But unfortunately, the match did end in a disqualification because Cena decided to hit Truth with the championship, and then the static hit, Cult of Personality plays, and the voice of the voiceless, CM Punk, my goat, my king, came out. And then they started beating the crap out of each other. I mean, what did you expect? And then, Cena decided to put Punk through a Slim Jim table, and I was like, oh my gosh. But then, after all of that, Cena got on the mic to do one of the most iconic things that I think he has ever done in his entire career, and that is to cut a pipe bomb promo. When I saw him get up on that top turnbuckle, my jaw hit the floor because I instantly knew what was going down and I couldn't believe my eyes. I mean, this was more than just a heel promo. This was truly diabolical and truly CM Punk coded. This man was saying verbatim what Punk said in his original pipe bomb promo, and I was literally screaming on the edge of my seat, could not believe what I was witnessing because he was making so many callbacks and, like I said, saying things verbatim from Punk's OG pipe bomb promo. I mean, he even mentioned breaking the fourth wall, and like that type of stuff is like next level. And I remember watching the OG pipe bomb promo as a kid and being literally floored by what I was watching and listening to. And, Cena took that and took it to the next level. And, something else that he decided to do that really, in today's day and age, had me gagged to the 10th floor. I literally could not believe it. This was the cherry on top. He said, quote, he looked straight into the camera, broke that fourth wall, and said, quote, "Hi, Claudio Castagnoli. Hi, Nick Nemeth. Hi, Matt Cardona. How you guys doing?" And then he was like, "Oh, okay, we're still going. Great." I'm sorry. What? My jaw hit the freaking ground. I had to pick it back up and attach it to my head. I believe, could not believe that he literally just said three names of men who are not in the WWE. And why this is such a big deal nowadays is because one of them is in AEW, and we all know how that goes. So the fact that he did that, oh my gosh, I really wonder if TKO, if WWE, Triple H, if they knew that he was going to say that or not, because we all know the animosity between WWE and AEW. And holy crap, this was top 10, dare I say top 5 best Cena promos of all time. This was legendary. This feud is legendary. And I can't believe that the buildup isn't longer. Again, I made a video last week talking about how I wish this was at SummerSlam, but unfortunately it's not. And I just can't wrap my mind around the fact that this is just our reality. It's insane, and I love it so much. But let's get into my overall thoughts. I thought it was a fantastic SmackDown. Holy crap, this was stacked. My match of the night was hands down the Queen of the Ring tournament semifinals match between Alexa Bliss and Asuka. I really enjoyed it. The nostalgia factor for me was so strong and amazing, and I just really enjoyed the match. Maybe it wasn't the best match of the night, but I really enjoyed it. And my segment of the night obviously was the John Cena CM Punk segment. I mean, there's nothing better than a pipe bomb that leaves you speechless as hell, and it was just incredible, and I couldn't believe it. But overall, I'd rate the show about a solid 9 out of 10. I kind of want to say 8.5 out of 10 because I feel like 9 is extremely high. You know what? I'll say 8.5 out of 10 to play it safe. But thank you guys so much for watching and listening to this episode of Champion the Passion. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review if you enjoyed. Follow me at It's Victoria Daisy across all social platforms, and follow Champion the Passion across all streaming platforms. Don't forget to champion your passions and celebrate the joy in what you love, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!